Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 26th of March, and I want to talk about ignorance of the Creator, the not knowing of the Creator. I think it is in the Nakamadis, that the knowledge of the Creator was lost and ignorance became thick as a fog. We are in that fog of ignorance, where we no longer see the truth. And yes, I want to talk about what Karl Marx said, that religion is opium for the masses. Yeah, it is a drug for the masses to keep them quiet. And I don't think Karl Marx got a lot right in his life, but there is saying in Germany that even a blind chicken will find a corn sometimes, and I think he did there. There's the one time he actually found a nugget of truth. It is opium for the masses. It is to create non-players. It is to create followers that will not discern for themselves, that have no self-determination, to do away with the individual's self-determination. That is the whole point of religion. And I want to show here that what is about at this moment, this happy, clappy, spaced out spirituality is actually doing the exact same thing, and it is there for the same purpose. It's another drug to create non-players. And as I said, the whole thing grows out of ignorance of the Creator. The ignorance of the reality of what the Creator is. Yeah? Let's leave Christians for... Well, Christians obviously are being made non-players by their belief on this one omnipresent, omnipotent being that will come and do it all for them and save them. And then to just double down on idiocy, they believe that is love. Yeah? And somehow, once you see God, you're enlightened to something. Yeah, you will be enlightened to something, and it's not going to be good. The wrong thing in that is the idea that an omnipresent, omnipotent being, one being, does exist, and it doesn't. No being, no part of creation is the Creator, is all. Can't be, won't be, will never happen. Every part knows according to itself, and that is a restriction of the knowledge of all. It can expand into greater knowledge, but no part will know it all, and there's no omnipresent, omnipotent being, God, that will come, because it doesn't exist. Now, the spaced out crew, the Creator is all love, everything is good. The Creator is made manifest, is being shown, is being made known in His creation. Yeah, the creation is Him. The primordial pleroma, whatever you want to call it, is where everything starts. It contains all the possibility, and it births the individual possibility into a reality. So what you're in now is the reality of the Creator. Yeah, the only way you can say this primordial goo is the Creator and the other is not, is by having this idea of separation. There is no separation. Yeah? And then you can say one is good, is perfect, and the other is nothing. But you're going from completely wrong idea, I would say. They are both creator. Yeah? And I would say the whole purpose of the primordial goo, of the pleroma, is to birth. It is the womb out of which the possibilities are being birthed. And if we receive knowledge from that place and energy from that place, it is to give birth and to sustain what has been birthed. Yeah? So, I mean, for you to say, I reject everything that is created because it's an illusion, because it's not real, because it's not perfect, and the only truth is the source, then you don't know the Creator. You don't know the Creator. You reject the Creator. You really are. And in a way, if you say that everything has to, the only reason why things are created is so that they have to return to the goo, then you're stood here saying that the end intention must be the destruction of everything that is created and the destruction of all consciousness. That is what you're calling for. The destruction of everything that is created and the destruction of all consciousness. And to be quite honest, if you're saying that knowing what it is you're saying, I would call you evil. So, the reality of the Creator is in this world. The diversity of what is birthed out of the pleroma is the fullness of, as far, again, we don't know it all, there'll be other worlds, there are other places, there's things we don't know, obviously. But as far as we know, this diversity is the fullness of the Creator. That is Him. You are Him, a part of everything that is Him. There is no separation. So, and then you see the reality of it is that it creates all manners of different forms. It births all manners of different forms and different levels of consciousness and different ways of looking at things from the perspective of the individual, any individual. So what should the aim be in this once it's birthed? What should it do once it is birthed? What should we do now that we're birthed? And we are a reality. Is to understand that everything is Creator. That is what you should understand. Everything is Creator. You are not elevated. You are not above the whole thing. Everything is Creator, everything has a right to be, and then find a way by which all those different parts can exist in the same place and exist in a way that they do good to the whole. Nature does that. Nature has that worked out. Nature is actually on a very high level of consciousness that it can work that out. That should be the aim. But I mean, you're not even acknowledging that everything around you is Creator, or you're judging that which is below you, or what you perceive as being below you. It fulfills a different function, and without it the whole thing will crash. Every time we destroy something in an ecosystem, we're finding that out. It's there for a reason. And then really looking at yourself and what we call our negative emotions, yeah? To say everything is good. It is good. It is actually good. Because there are things in this world that are on a different level of consciousness that are actually quite dangerous to you. Yeah? I mean, if you were to go all happy, clappy, I'm all love and go and hug a lion, you would soon be confronted with the reality of the Creator. That thing will eat you. And that is the reality of the Creator. So the fact that you have negative feelings is good. It is there to serve you, so you don't go doing something completely stupid. It tells you there is danger. Then go with it. And that is again being in the reality of the Creator, not detached from it. And if you want to say, I want to be connected to the Creator, but all you can be connected to is the primordial goo, but you cannot be connected to anything that is created out of it, then you cannot be connected to the Creator. You cannot be connected to His reality. You cannot be connected to what at birth is. Then you cannot be connected to the Creator. If you say you can only be connected to the primordial goo before anything comes into existence, that's nothing. Nothing specific is there. So I can only be connected to the Creator if there's nothing there. And again, that is ignorance. That is ignorance of what the Creator actually is. And you're calling it enlightenment. But people say, in those days people will love their darkness. Yeah? As in, some would now say this darkness, that is like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's not what the darkness is. It's ignorance. People will love their ignorance. And again, these teachings, the drugs, the opium for the masses, means that they can detach, call it enlightenment, and they do not have to face the reality of the Creator, and they do not have to take responsibility for what it is they're doing or what they should be doing. It is escapism. It is not taking responsibility. It is, again, in a way, willful ignorance, because they're holding on to that. Even if the entire reality around them says something different, or then you just declare it as not being real and not actually being there. And that's fine. But that is the height of delusion. If you have to say everything around you doesn't actually exist, because it does not fit into your belief, then that is willful ignorance, willful darkness, and people do love their darkness. They do. And they're trying to get deeper and deeper into the darkness, and declare it to be the light. And the only thing it is that you do not have to confront the reality of the Creator. You do not have to know Him. You're getting out of it. You're getting out of the knowledge. And you're not playing your part. And that is the whole point. They don't want you to play your part. They want you to be a non-player. So, this non-duality, it is non-dual. That is completely right. The solid and that which created it are one, and they are connected. There is no separation. That's non-dual, and that is right. The fact that everything is good is right. You have negative emotions They are warning you about something that is bad for you, and that is good. Yeah? And to say, well, I have negative emotions, or I feel pain, it will lead me to greater enlightenment. Only if you do something about it. Only if you understand what is wrong and then do it right. That will lead you to enlightenment. But to sit there and being hit and saying something will bash me into enlightenment, that's not going to happen. It's the wrong idea. Pain is there to direct you toward the light, but you have to move, not sit there and being bashed until the light will come. Yeah, it is here, it is now, you are in it. You're in the reality of the Creator and see it. And I think the best intention would be that every part should form a web of life in which everything receives from all according to their ability, from all according to their needs. And then create a web in which those that have the greatest insight can be the greatest servants to all. And then it is really not judging those that are on a different level of consciousness, but to see how they can and they will find a place where they can serve, where they are good for all. Nature will show you this. Everything has got a place. There's a place for everything. And everything can and should receive what it needs. Yeah? Not the few elevated receive all, and the plebs are being barely kept alive. That is not the idea. And that does not create a strong system. It creates a system that will sooner or later collapse. That's the pyramid system, and pyramid system keep collapsing. Anyway, here I think I leave it at that for today. And I hope we get out of our ignorance. And we stop being willfully ignorant just because we do not want to confront the reality of the Creator ourselves. Either we want to get out of it or we want something else to come to do it for us. And neither is going to work. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon.